Oopsie, 1 second. All right. So let's go back to this picture. Okay. I'll read it out loud and you follow along. The picture title is The Mesmerizer, dot, 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 the ellipsis. And the mesmerizer, ooh, sorry, is saying, okay, we can see that this is his or their speech as it is in quotation marks. Fear not America's. So fear not, exclamation point. America's future is in my hands. Okay. And as you can see, if we're looking at the mesmerizer, not only is it a creepy looking magician fellow, obviously we have the very white, gaunt face. We have a top hat and a cape, which is very reminiscent of maybe a magician, but also he's holding a possible a yo-yo or something to hypnotize this little person. So it looks like they're very distracted here. And also, if you notice the rest of the text, we have on the mesmerizer's cloak is the word social media. Okay. So the mesmerizer is social media. So what do you think this is actually saying? I think it's a safe bet to assume that the main idea trying to be represented here by the author is that social media is mesmerizing, okay? It's hypnotizing, it's making people do or think a certain way. And because Mesmerizer is saying, fear not, America's future is in my hands, this author, whoever created this cartoon, the author artist, is trying to tell us that America's hands is within social media, that we are becoming hypnotized by social media, or another way to say we are becoming over reliant on social media. Okay. So if our main idea is that we are Americans are becoming over reliant on social media. All right. What are supporting details now? One, obviously, social media is the big imposing figure actually physically hypnotizing what we can assume is the American. Okay, we have the text that literally says, fear not, America's future is in my hands. So that's two pieces of detail. Okay, we have this little girl whose eyes are actually being hypnotized by the yo-yo. Okay, so it's proving that they are being hypnotized or mesmerized. So that's three pieces of supporting details that lead up or used or can be used as the legs of the table, which is our main idea, which we can assume is that social media, that Americans are being controlled, are hypnotized by social media. I want you to think about this one on your own. So, what's the central idea? I'm going to read it out loud, and then I will give you, I think you should pause this video so that way you can write down your ideas or say them to yourself. So, we have Garfield, our friendly orange cat, and he's saying, sigh, holding a cup of coffee. I need a day between Sunday and Monday. Last panel called Not Ready Yet Day. Okay, so given these panels, given the words, the thought bubbles, the images, what can we assume the main idea is of this cartoon? What do we think the author's trying to tell us? Pause the video now and think about that answer. Here's our next cartoon. It's again another Garfield cartoon. I couldn't decide between them both, so I just put them both in because clearly I like cats and I love Garfield. So this one says, Santa watches you all year long. Okay. So Garfield's owner is telling him this, and then the owner walks away, and Garfield's eyes get really, really big, and he says, thanks for ruining my summer, Santa. So what do you think the author's trying to tell us with this cartoon panel? What's he trying to say about Garfield and about Garfield's thoughts on not only Santa, but what he possibly could be doing? Pause the video now and make sure that you write down or at least think and talk out your answers. All right, so are you able to answer this question now? How do we determine the central idea and supporting details of a text? I would use this time to write it down in your notes from the top of your brain, from what we've already learned, okay, or what you've already looked at throughout the video. Write down in your own words, how would you determine the central idea and supporting details of a text? And if you can't come up with an answer at the top of your head, make sure you go back and review your notes as well as rewatch this video. But that's where I'm going to leave you for today. And I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, please make sure that you ask. Thank you.